Hello and welcome everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is the first webinar about CMDBuild, and I hope you all can hear me well. We just checked the sound and it works perfect on our side, so if you can hear me or cannot hear me loud enough, probably it's your volume to be adjusted. This is Francesco Scaletaris speaking. I'm sales agent for Tecnoteca, and I will be holding the webinar today. We will go through the new features, four new features of the new version of CMDBuild. Then what we will do is I will go through these features, explain you a little bit what we did and what we worked on lately, and then after that we will have a quick I just moved the mic. Hope you can hear me well now. Then we will have a quick ask and answer session just by chat. So if you would like to just ask your questions, write your questions down in the chat on your left. Then we will answer to your questions at the end of the webinar. So if any question just comes up while I'm talking, just feel free to write them in the chat panel. Okay, so just a few words about what CMDBuild is, because we saw from the users, the attending list, that some of you are quite new to CMDBuild. CMDBuild Basics is just a configurable web application which enables you to model and manage a database containing assets and handle related workflow operations. By assets, I don't mean just informatic assets, as in the image, but really any assets. Basically, you name it, CMDBuild can handle it. CMDBuild is a centralized management module which works with databases and external applications, such as, for example, automatic inventory, documents management, text processing, directory services, email sending and receiving, monitoring systems, internet portals, and other information systems. And as you probably know, CMDBuild is released under the AGPL open source license. The CMDBuild project has started in already 10 years. It was born in 2005. Initially, it was a project funded by the municipality of Udine, which is a small town where we are now, and it's in the northeastern part of Italy. And it was projected and developed by us, Tecnoteca, which is the official maintainer and owns its registered trademark of both CMDBuild and OpenMaint, the other tool we developed and projected. CMDBuild is managed by a team of 10 people. We are around 10 here, and its core code includes 20 man years of work. Since we worked for around 10 years now, at least always two persons. CMDBuild is used by a lot of important public and private institutions, both in Italy and abroad. Almost everywhere in the world. For further information, I would suggest you to go on our web page where we have all the references. I must admit it's not really up to date to today, but we have many more customers and users using CMDBuild, but we will update the page soon, so you will find better references and more up-to-date references, as I said, in our website. CMDBuild popularity is about has been downloaded about 30,000 times per year. This is certified through the site SourceForge, and is translated in 13 languages in the world, which you can see there: Italian, of course, English, Spanish, and French, German, and so the most common European languages, and many others. So today we will talk about 4 new important great features we developed in CMDBuild 2.3 release, which is the external GUI framework. a new REST web service, a new HTML editor, and the mobile module, which is probably the most interesting part, but this is why we kept it for last. So save the best for last, as someone says. Okay, so let's go to the GUI Framework presentation. So basically, the graphic user interface framework is a tool that lets you use the features, all the features of CMDBuild. That lets these features be managed, handled, and viewed by external users within an organization through HTML pages, which are embedded in portals and intranet sites. The graphic user interface framework communicates with CMDBuild via the new REST web service, which we will talk about later, and uses jQuery libraries to retrieve information. The GUI framework allows maximum customization. Really, it's greatly customizable in such a way as to adapt to the portal of each organization and seem as a native element. It can really be configured in colors, in size and color of the fonts, in basically everything that is displayed. So it will definitely look as it was native in your website. These elements that you can see thanks to the GE Graphic User Interface framework will will look exactly as your website. Now we will go through some examples of our customers who already implemented the new GUI framework. Everything is in Italian, but we'll try to translate it. Let's start with first one. Okay, so this is, for example, what our customer asked us for opening ticket forms. Basically, he needed some users to go to access to the database, well, actually to some part of the database of CMDBuild, but he didn't want his employees, so his users, to have access to all the data of CMDBuild. This is, for example, for opening a new ticket. So Mr. Mario Rossi, we chose a really original name, wants, for example, to have his PC fixed, or any of his IT item fixed or updated, or really anything he needs. He can just send a request, open a new ticket through his the portal of the company he's working in, and he can attach picture of the asset he's having trouble to configure, to fix, or that needs to be updated. Or, for example, he can here attach a log or a screenshot of the problem he's facing. Then he can also see all the tickets he has opened. So you see there on the right, for example, Mario Rossi has opened some tickets about digital signature problems, or billing, or back office. And here he will have a clear view of all the tickets that are open, and then that have started the workflow in CMDBuild. So also he will be able to actually see at what point of the workflow his ticket is. So you see if his issue has been taken in charge by the technical team, or wherever the workflow goes, and how it is configured. Of course, this probably didn't say that this whole thing that we developed, a better graphic user interface, is aimed at letting the users of one company to actually access to the database, but always letting the managers use CMDBuild, so have access of all the data, of the workflows, and all the configuration part. Here For example, always saying it's Mario Rossi working. He can have a list of all his informatic assets where he can and he can open up tickets related to those assets. Um, and here is a detail of the assets you see, and basically the tab on the top of the window is just as the one you find in CMDBuild. So but as I said, it's greatly customizable, so you can really do anything you'd like to do in order to change the colors, the fonts, the size, what's displayed, what's not. If you need editable form or locked or mandatory forms to be filled in, really you can do a lot in order to for customizing it. Here is, for example, an error, discrepancy in the reporting, and Mr. Mario Rossi can write an email saying, I got a problem with device H, blah, 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 and he's saying, please come to my office and fix my issue. As I said, now we're talking about IT assets, but as I said at the beginning, of course, it could be just any asset, so not just IT. This is another example of a customer we have. So this is for managing the services, the IT services that this company provides to his employees. Um, Basically, so this is just the catalog of the IT services. For example, it could be someone asking for having a backup of his files, or having an update on his softwares, or whatever. For example, we have implemented this also for one of our most important customer, which is the Chamber of the Deputy in Italy. And for example, the deputies here, through our new GUI framework, ask for PCs or for connectivities or for any IT assets they need to do their work. Here you see the service request about that starts always from the employee. Of course, as I said, the menu on the left, on the right, can be greatly customizable. And as you see, the colors here and the fonts are different than the previous example, in order to better match with the portal, original portal. You see the logo on the which is blue and kind of bluish, and they wanted us to do the same thing with the interface, the graphical interface, to look alike the logo. Here we got, for another customer, we got the registrations of bills payment. So on the right here you see an automatically updated window, which goes to and find that through a jQuery, goes to CMDBuild and find the proper information and update them in real time. And this is for, as I said, bills payment. So here you have all the bills that are due, what electricity in this case, and then of course you can select which ones to pay, which one for which ones make a payment order, such as this one here shown in the example. And this is the last example I'm showing you to present the new interface. As you see here, we got a different layout, and which is quite similar to the first one we saw in terms of ticket opening a new ticket. So always Mario Rossi, which is apparently working for two companies at the same time. So needs some assistance on of a printer which is not working, and so he's sending out the ticket for, okay, here he's the user data, so his number, his name and surname and so on, where he works, in what building, what floor, and what room he's working on, so the technical guy can immediately go and see him and talk to him and fix his issues. Here as well, we have the list of the Mario Rossi's assets, and which he can, of course, choose from to specify which problem he's facing with one of those. And here we got the details of the user assets. So this is, for example, a PC that Mario Rossi has, and then you see here, of course, that the informations about the assets are not editable. So, for example, the last 3 rows we got the floor, the building, the floor, and the room. Those are come from the CMDBuild database, and the Mario Rossi cannot change them, and they are not editable from Mario Rossi, but just from the administration. As I said, many customizations, rights, and colors, and basically we try to let this interface to be and layout to be as native as to look as native as possible in the web page of the company. Okay, so I don't see questions coming along. So as I said, if you have any questions, just write them there, and then we will answer it to those at the end of the webinar. We will go now. We will talk a little bit more in details about the new REST web service. Okay. Okay. Starting from version 2.3.0 of CMDBuild, we integrated new web services such as REST, R-E-S-T. If you're a programmer, you surely know these kind of web services, what their functionalities are, and in particular, we thought that it was quite clear thinking of CMDBuild objects such as, for example, classes, domains, cards, and relationships, basically as a REST resources. So thinking of them as a REST resource, and then define the access to the operations simply through a HTTP. The need of using REST instead of SOAP comes from the 2 new applications such as the GUI Framework and the mobile version of CMDBuild. Features of these REST web services are several. The first one is the versioning, which is much easier and immediate than SOAP. So basically what changes is just the URL that gives you the access to a new version. Also, it's much easier to map the resources of REST, which are identified in CMDBuild as we said, classes, domains, and cards. Also, as data interchange format, we chose JSON rather than XML, since we thought that it's a format a little more streamlined and straightforward to read and to manage compared to the XML. So this is the first version of web services. In the next one, we will probably add functionalities which will support any additional change. Anyways, but the old versions will be maintained for a while anyways, so shouldn't be a problem. So basically, if you refer to the web services manual, you will find the instruction on the management of all resources, starting from the authentication, management of classes, domains, cards, and so on, to be able to handle all of the functions which are normally handled in the form of the management of CMDBuild. In the following versions, these features will be expanded. New resources will be managed, such as views, filters, and reports. And also, the administration tab will be handled in a easier way, as well as the definition and management of the CMDBuild data model. Apparently, some of you had a few problems, so probably it's better if I try to redo this part. Um, I don't know if I don't know if because we tested it and it worked fine. We had another PC connected here and worked fine, but not sure if we need to start over. I mean, we could. Okay. Uh, I don't know if we could also redo it and see if any problems start. But basically, what we talk here about this new REST web service. Is that starting from the version 2.3.0 of CMDBuild, we integrated this new web service. So if you're a programmer, you will surely know that these kind of web services, what their functionalities are. So in particular, we thought that it was much clearer thinking of CMDBuild objects as, for example, such as classes, domains, cards, and relationship as a REST resource, and then define the access through to the operations simply through a HTTP. So the need of using REST instead of SOAP comes from the two new applications such as the GUI framework we just talked about and about mobile versions of CMDBuild, which we will discuss in a few minutes. So basically, the features of these REST web services are that is much easier and immediate than SOAP. What changes is just the URL that lets you gain access to the new version. JSON also was chosen, as we said, and someone said in the chat. So JSON was chosen as data interchange format rather than XML, since we thought that it's a format little more streamlined and straightforward to read and manage compared to XML. Is it okay? Okay, now it's better with the mic. I'm sorry about that. So basically, also this is the first version of the web services. In the next one, which is coming along, we will add functionalities which will support any eventual change that will be made from now on. But don't worry that the old versions will be maintained for a while anyways. So if you refer to the web services manual, you will find instructions on the management of all resources, starting from the authentications, management of classes, domains, cards, and so on, to actually be able to handle all the functions normally handled in the form of management of CMDBuild. So in the following versions, these features will be, of course, expanded. New resources will be managed, such as views, filters, and reports. And also the administration tab will be handled in a easier way, as well as the definition and management of CMDBuild data model. I'm very sorry that I could not let you follow my words with the video, but just if you didn't understand something or have any questions, just feel free to write them in the chat line, as someone is already doing. So let's go now to present the new HTML editor. We will see if we can fix the problems we just had. Problem. A new text editor has been implemented with the same functionality as the old one, but with new and more sophisticated algorithms for the cleaning of the code. The cleaning can be divided into two types: the formatting of the HTML code, which has been significantly improved, and the superfluous code is eliminated in a more precise and effective way. As we see, the features of the editor. Apparently, some of you are facing the same issues as before. So we will try to use the other microphone to see if it's working. Okay, yeah. Answering to this quick question, it would be the answer is yes to Greg Darnell. Yes, the presentation will be uploaded to YouTube or on our website, so you will be able to see it. So if you faced some audio problems, you will find it later on. Anyways, so let's try to start over the presentation. So basically,
major visual changes.
So basically the new text editor has been implemented with the same functionalities as the old one, but with new and more sophisticated algorithms for the cleaning of the code. So the cleaning of the code can actually be divided into two types. The formatting of the HTML code has been improved, and the superfluous code is eliminated in a more precise and effective way. The features of the editor have been remained the same, so no major changes here. But we also implemented the functionalities to reply to the emails within the widget button manage mail. Right there, as I'm showing you on the right here. Through its corresponding button, which is of course that one. The reply will be formatted as in the main mail client, so will totally look like an normal email written in a normal client. So this is about it for the new HTML editor. So very simple but very effective at the same time. And now I think we can go on to the to the mobile applications of CMDBuild. Since I'm not going to speak about the mobile, but we had one of our technical guy that recorded it. Won't be live, and I hope you won't have any audio problem. In case you do, you shouldn't, because we are having we have other PC here connected, and apparently there's no such issues. So maybe you are on a phone or a tablet and that doesn't work. But if you use the PC, then it will be you will be just fine. In case you don't hear it. Okay. So in case you're using, as I said, the phone, you might be having some issues. So if you can, just switch to a PC or Mac or whatever. Anyways, if you're still having issues with the sound, we're very, very sorry about that. But we will, as we said, we will upload all the videos with the audio on in our website. So, and you will also receive an email with the links, so you will be able to follow them on the web. So let's start a presentation of the mobile now. And meanwhile, just you can, as I said, ask all your questions.
Hello everybody, my name is Marco and I'm a mobile developer here at Tecnoteca. Today I'm going to show you the main features of the new CMDBuild mobile application we have just released. The application is available for both iOS and Android devices. And first of all, I would like to show you The official page we have created, so I'm just gonna type that one, CMDBuild Mobile first. This is the page we have created with all the details of the application, so maybe just check this out because it's quite complete overview. Yeah, it's available for Android and iOS. It's made for mobile, it's simple to use, and you can use it everywhere. This is the list of features, so you can view and manage CMDBuild cards. Let's try to zoom a bit. Okay, so it's a bit easier to see. Okay. Cards, you can view and manage cards, you can view and manage processes, you can read QR codes, you can download and upload attachments, and you can see all the cards relations. And yeah, pricing. The application, you can download the application for free, but you will need an activation code, and so Tecnoteca gives you this activation code, and then you are able to use the application. For customers having a valid maintenance contract, the application is free, so you can ask for your activation codes. Otherwise, just contact us and maybe we can figure out a solution for you. Okay, next we have some links to our social profiles. Yeah, just a bunch of links, nothing more. Okay. Before looking at the application, also I would like to spend a few words about this one. Just let me zoom out. Okay. This is the schema of the CMDBuild architecture. As you can see, we have a new guy here. This is the REST client. So it's the mobile application that uses the new RESTful web services that are part of the latest CMDBuild version 2.3. So the mobile application uses the new RESTful web services and communicates with CMDBuild using JSON format data, and this allows the application to you know, read and write data to CMDBuild. This is a new layer inside CMDBuild and is part of the latest CMDBuild 2.3. Okay, this is just the details. The rest is just the CMDBuild architecture. Okay. Also, just want to spend 2 words about the framework we've used, because we're talking of an hybrid application, and this application, we have developed this application using Sencha Touch framework, which is really a cool guy from the, a cool framework from the Sencha guys. Okay, so let's see it in action. Okay, right now I'm gonna click on the CMDBuild icon. Yeah, the application starts. Okay, the first thing we have here is the activation. So you need to enter a valid activation code. For example, if I just type random things, yeah, customer code is not valid. Okay, so I should type in the activation code, but I have a QR code with me. This one, it's the QR code of the activation string. So I'm just gonna use this button to activate the camera and do the scan of the code, and there we have, as you can see, we have the activation code. Okay, so next we have the device name. This is you can type in whatever you want. In this case, it's a Nexus 9. This device is a Nexus 9, so I'm just gonna write something about Nexus device. It's just a way to remember to associate this customer code to this name, so you have this kind of association between the real device and the customer code. Okay, I'm fine with that. Maybe I'm just write Nexus. Okay, activation. Okay, the next, this one is the settings page. I have to type the connection settings and the user interface settings. Okay, let's begin. My CMDBuild host is the demo, so demo.cmdbuild.org. Okay, the port it's 80 and it's the standard one, it's fine. Okay, the CMDBuild web app is called CMDBuild, so I'm fine with that. As you can see here, we have the final URL, which is demo.cmdbuild.org /cmdbuild/services/rest/v1. Okay. We have also two parameters here. The language, we could choose between English and Italian language. These are the two available language at the moment. Okay, so I leave it in English. And then we have also this switch enable animations. This is a good device, so I can switch animations on. On slower and older devices, maybe you want to switch it off because it might slow down the device, so it's not a great deal. Okay, so everything is fine. I'm just gonna click save. Right now what I have here is the login page, so I have to type in my login. I just put it down. Let's do a bit of zoom so you can see. Okay, now I'm gonna type my user and my password, which is LC. That's quite complex password. 3JX. Okay. And here we go. This is the navigation, the main view, the navigation view, so we can navigate through the menu, okay, of the application. So for example, if I click navigation, this is similar this is similar to CMDBuild. So we have the same organization here, the same layout. Also we can click on items and we can enter the items, and for example, if assets, these are all the navigation nodes of CMDBuild. If I go back to the beginning, there we have classes. It's really like CMDBuild, it's the same. Okay, and there we have navigation. Now I'm just gonna click, for example, on the building class. Okay, when I click on a class, I go to the list of cards of that specific class. So in this case, I'm seeing the items of the building items, the building cards. So just I try to use all the functions, all the features available. So for example, if I pull down, I can refresh the view. If I can use this quick search to search, for example, if I search data center, so if I search data, it filters the results, the resulting cards. Okay, I cleared the search filter. Okay, also what we have here is the menu button, so I can click or open the menu. And also we have here this I button. This I button allows you to switch between two different views, list views. The default one is a compact view. This is a complete view with all the base display fields. As you can see, I hope you can see it. Let's see, I try to zoom in. Yeah, name, description, address, and so on. So you can see all the details of the card. If you want to see the single card, obviously you have to click on it, and yeah, we have the details of the card details. These are all the fields. We have the nodes, we have the relations, and we have the attachments. Okay, nothing new. If you have used CMDBuild, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I mean nodes, relations, attachments, and so on. Right now I want to show you, obviously, I want to create a card, I want to add it and delete and do all the operations. So before doing that, I would just want to show you a cool feature we have on the application, which is this barcode button on the bottom left. I have here with me, this activates the barcode scanner. I have here with me this QR code. which is just the QR code of this string. As you can see, this is a string that represents a specific card. So I want to see the computer card that has the code PC0003. Okay, so I'm just gonna put it here. Just okay. Maybe I'm zoom out. Okay. This is the QR code. So I'm just gonna hit the barcode reader. Okay. I'm just gonna now focus. I'm gonna take a picture. Yeah. Okay. And as you can see, the application just shows, yeah, okay, here we go. This is the card, so as you can see, it's PC0003. So it's a quick way to show cards details. So if you, for example, if you put, let me zoom in again. Okay, if you put this QR code, for example, on your real devices, on your real items, then you can just use the barcode scanner to go to the card details inside CMDBuild. This is quite cool feature. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Now let's try to create a card. For example, I want to create a new PC. Okay. So, a cool thing about this item is also in the building we didn't see that, so I'm gonna show you here that we have card details, notes, relations, attachments, but we have also the tabs, because in CMDBuild you can separate fields in tabs, and this is the case. So we have general data, I hope you could see it, yeah. We have general data, administrative data, and technical data. So we can move between all these details. Also, these little arrows that appear next to some fields mean that that field is a reference field. So if I click on the little arrow, I just go to the details of that card, of that field. So in this case, I clicked on Office Building B, which is a reference here because we have the room field. So if I click on this, I just go to the card details. Okay, obviously we have the same thing. If we move to relations, we can see that we have a relation with the room asset. So we have Office Building B, and there all the stuff. If I click here on relation, I have relation details, and I can click on the little arrow to go to the specific item. Okay. So we can navigate through the card relations. Okay, so right now what I would like to do is I would like to create a new item here. So I'm just gonna hit the plus button. It's a lot of data here, so I'm just gonna write something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, in this case, this little icon allows me to select a valid reference. So in this case, I'm just going to select this one, and for example, for the room, and for the assignee, and I'm just going to select Miller-Linda. Okay, there I can switch to administrative data, and there we have, for example, a date. I can set a date. Okay. I can set final cost, and I can type in all the fields. Okay, so you know a lot of fields here. I don't want to type all the fields. So this is a demo. I'm okay with the data I've put in. So okay, I just say that I'm fine. And there we have our new. As you can see, the last one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's my new asset, my new PC. And if I click on it, I can see all the details I put in. Okay, obviously I can click on the edit button and I will edit the card. In this case, just want to delete it because it doesn't make sense. So are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure. And okay, gone. Fine. This is the card part of the mobile application. Now let's move to the processes. So I'm just gonna hit processes. Yeah, I could go with navigation or with processes, with the processes entry. Okay, processes request for change. This is the in this moment we have no open request for change items, so the list is empty. As you can see, there's nothing to show. Okay, so I'm just gonna create one. I'm gonna hit the plus button. Okay, so now I'm just gonna insert some random data. Let's choose, yeah, more Elizabeth, and some description. Okay, I can save it or advance. In this case, I want to advance this process. And here we have the process we've just created. If I click on the I button, I can see the details just like before. Okay, right now I just want to, yeah, click on it and move forward. So this is the card. This is the process. I just wanna go on with the stuff. Okay, so I'm just putting, yeah, okay, form evaluation accepted, category formatting PC, priority. Oh, in this case, it's just gonna show you that if I'm sorry, I don't wanna hit attachments. Sorry, I have to show you attachments. Yeah. So I'm gonna just I just want to first show you that we have, obviously, we have the validation of the data. So in this case, priority is a required field, so I need to insert this one. Okay, also we have the attachments. If I click on attachments, obviously there are no attachments at the moment. I can click plus, I can choose between a category. In this case, I'm just gonna hit, for example, image. Here I write description. Okay, now I'm gonna select a file on the device, this one, and okay, that's fine. Okay, the application, and there we have our new attachment. Okay, if I click on it, obviously I go to the details as always. Okay, so I've created an attachment. Okay, let's go back. Everything is fine, so I say that I want to advance the process. I could save, but I want to move on, so I click on the advance button, and then we go back to the list. And obviously I'm doing all this operation. I am an administration, so I can do all the operations, all of this request for change process. As you know, if we have different groups of users that need to work with the workflow, then we have the classic sequence of operations where the first user has to do something and then the second user has to do something else, and so on. In this case, I'm the super user, so I can do everything, and that's what I'm doing right now. Okay, so I have my activity, so this is the current activity. I click on edit. Yeah, impact analysis result. I just write okay, next. Okay, and there I go to the card again, to the process. Okay, I click on the edit. These are all the steps of the workflow, so I'm just, as you can see, every time the input changes. In this case, I have to select a decision. I say that it's approved. Okay. If I click on attachments, there I have obviously the attachment I've uploaded before. Okay, so I'm fine with that. Let's go on. Yeah, we go back to this. Quite a long workflow. Okay, so I have to planet actions. Action. Okay, let's go on. Yeah, I think this is the last one, maybe. Let's see. Okay. Okay, actions performed, fix. Okay. Now we have still something. Well, in this moment, if I'm gonna show you this. If I click on the I button, obviously the details are just like before. Okay, let's see if we can end this process. Okay. Final result, positive, done. Okay. Yeah, and we have finished all the process operations are done. So now I can choose the filter, so I can choose completed status, and there we have our process, because obviously we have completed it. Okay, and this is a quick demo of the processes stuff in the mobile application. Okay, and yeah, one last thing that I would like to show you. Yeah, it's the utility section. In this case, we can reload applications. Sometimes it's good to reload if you change, for example, if you change the class attributes, or if you do something to the data structure, then it's the best thing you can do is on the mobile application, just hit the reload button and the application will reload everything. I'm just gonna hit this one now, reload application, yes. And the application just starts up. It has been reloaded. Okay, I click on utility. I can, yeah, barcode, it's the same. Okay, the same function here and here. We have also credits, yeah, because if you need our contacts, there you have it. And it's the log section. Here we have all the logs that application has created. And we can also, well, we can clean up things, or we can send an email. For example, for debugging operations, okay, for debugging purpose. Okay, I think we've seen, yeah, all the things I would like you to show in this quick demo. I'm just gonna check if I forgot something. No, I think we have seen everything. So, just contact us if you need more information about this new mobile application. And thank you for watching, and see you soon. Bye bye.
Okay, thank you, Marco, for the great presentation about the app. If you need any other further information, just feel free to write to the email tecnoteca@tecnoteca.com. So if you need commercial information or technical information, just feel free to use that email address. Thanks for being with us today, for having a look at the new features we worked on in CMDBuild. And I hope to find you in the next webinar, and grazie e arrivederci.